to work on getting some more shots for our portfolio. I really don't have that big of a one. There's a couple small images I've shot, but I really want to get a lot of practice trying different techniques. So today we're going to try shooting a soda can or a seltzer. Hold on. So today we're going to shoot this right here. This is a adult seltzer, if you will, from a company here in Charlotte that I absolutely love. They're great. But I have no experience shooting reflective surfaces, and that's really what I want to practice today because it's very tricky to make sure that you're getting appropriate lighting, but also not getting too many reflections all over the place. So it's going to be interesting trying to learn how to light this. I don't have a very big lighting kit at the moment. I don't have flashes. I'm working with continuous light, which isn't the best, but we can make do. It's going to be a whole lot of setting up a shot and a lot of trial and error. It's going to be a lot of time tinkering at these. But yeah, that's the plan for the day. So since I'm kind of starting out on this, the main thing I wanted to do was to make sure that I got the lighting on the product super even. I'm not too worried about doing like crazy, stop motion with the pouring and all that. I'm not up there yet. I just want to make sure I have good, even, consistent lighting on the can itself. We'll figure out what kind of background and colors we want to work with as well, because that's a huge part of it. You want to make the product look as good as possible. Obviously, that's your job. So I think we're going to start with the wood surface, and then I think I might actually switch to, I have white, but I think I might actually switch to a blue to see if we can play with that. I'm not sure, because there's a very dark shade of blue, almost purple here, and the background I have almost matches the lettering of the logo a little bit. So maybe we'll try that out and see how that comes out. We're just doing super basic. We're not going anything crazy, but we want to make sure it is the best version of basic we can possibly do. Because, it's impressive doing all these flashy techniques and all of that and the super cool shots, but if you can't do something simple well, it's kind of a moot point. So we're going simplicity, but we're going with technically good, right? That's what we're going for. And yeah, we're just gonna try and get this set up and see how it goes. So this first shot, it's okay. So we have a lot of the light on the right-hand side. It does look a bit dark overall though. I definitely think swapping to the blue background is gonna help a lot with the colors. But yeah, I think what I need to do is bring this light in a little bit closer. This isn't a very powerful light. This is only like a 48 watt, like it's poopy. We're gonna bring this in closer so we get a highlight on the side, change the background out, and probably bring in a bounce card to try and get some light and fill in on this side, because this just looks, it's just too dark. It's just too dark. So if we get some fill on this side, different background, I think we'll have a good start. Yeah, it'll be a good start. So let's do that. So as I was going to swap out the white background, I realized that the blue walls that I have in here actually make a really nice complement to the can. So we're just gonna use that. I'm not gonna replace the white. But yeah, sometimes it's important to recognize you don't need gear for everything, right? Like I had the idea of using a background the whole time, and I realized I really don't need one because I have a really perfectly good one for this particular product right behind it. And that's a big thing. Like when you're building your portfolio, you definitely want to make sure that you're pushing your skills and you're really testing yourself and you're putting your best into it. But also don't go nuts with gear and whatnot. Make sure that you are shooting with what you have, what you can afford. Shoot within your means, because that's a huge difference. You don't want to invest a shit ton of money into something that might not work out. I'm a big fan of buy gear as you need it, so we'll be doing that. But yeah, we got the wall back here. It's gonna look great, and I remember to put my ND filter back on this camera, so my face isn't completely blown out the whole time, which is dope. Okay, so one thing that I'm noticing about these shots is that it's very, very dark on the left side over here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab this. This is a piece of poster boards that I got from a craft store for like $2. And holy shit, do they make great bounce cards. You can even see it on my face right here. So this is no bounce. And this is with Bounce. It's just a great, super cheap, easy way to get fill light in there. And also, since this is a reflective surface, you're actually going to see the white on the edge. So it should actually add a really nice, just subtle highlight to the side of the can, and I think look a lot nicer. So let's give that a try, give it a couple snaps, and we'll see how it feels. And then we're gonna play around with a couple other ideas I have going on. So that's looking really nice, actually. I'm very pleased with that. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab this little bottle here, which is not water. It looks like water, it's not water. It is, well, it's water, but it's water mixed with about 20% of vegetable glycerin, which is gonna make the drops on this kind of stick to it very well. So you're gonna get that nice like condensation look, because let's face it, these are room temperature right now. So we're just gonna get that back into place. We'll spray it and then we'll get it into place. And it should look a little bit nicer, get a little bit into food styling here. But yeah, I think it's gonna look pretty good. I'm really liking how that's looking. I think maybe what we'll do is actually get something to put this on and kind of raise it up a little bit, just to kind of give it a little more height. Or what we can do, actually, probably a smarter move, is move the can forward, or move the wood back, move the can forward, so that way I can get in a little bit more of an angle, because right now, if I try to drop any more, it's going to get this. So if we can bring this up closer to the edge, it might look a little bit better. So let's try that. Okay, so that's not working out. So what we're gonna do, I think, put the piece of wood vertically, put the can onto the tray table as is, and shoot it that way. So it looks like it's on a piece of wood like this, but it's not, it's actually on something else. So we'll do that. I'm gonna respray it because my hands have been smudging things up, and we'll give that a try and see how that looks. Put that off, this, do this. We're gonna need something to put this on. Actually, I have these little shelves right here that are proving to be somewhat useful. And they're, wow, that's crazy good. Okay, so let's drop this down now. So what we're gonna do is we're going to, again, move this down. We're gonna get the can back in place so we can grab it in focus. But we're also going to drop this just a little bit. So you want to drop it and you want to be aiming up, but you also don't want to cut off anything on the label. So it's a little tricky, but we'll get it figured out. So let's drop this down to like 5/6. I think that'll look pretty good. This light is giving a very harsh highlight on the right side. So I think I have to raise the light up a little bit or back it off, just because it's too harsh, and we don't want that because you can't read the label, honestly, and that's the most important thing, obviously. So let's do that. Okay, so we moved the light up, which is huge. That has reduced the amount of blowouts and highlight a ton, so now it's just on the upper part of the can. And also made the light a lot more even along that side. So I really like how this looks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just, again, hit it with some reflective fill, take a couple shots, and I gotta respray it with this stuff. But I think it looks really, really good right now. I'm very happy with this. So yeah, we'll just take a look and see how this goes. Wow, I really like how this is coming out. Let's rotate this a little bit, just because that edge is a little cleaner. Okay, so let's get a couple more like this. Yeah, I really like how that looks. think that might be a wrap for today's shoot. I have a couple more ideas I want to try out probably tomorrow. I did buy a 4-pack of these, so I have a couple cans to mess with. I can try out, I have a couple other shots in mind, but we'll come back to that tomorrow, I believe. So I think that's it for today. So we'll come back, we'll shoot some more tomorrow. We'll keep the setup here. And then, yeah, tomorrow we got a couple more ideas to play around with. But I think this is very, very good for the day one. So I'll catch you all tomorrow. What's up, everyone? Tom from the future here. So I know at the end of that little last section, I said that I was going to do another shoot the next day, and I wound up getting extraordinarily sick. I was on some serious medications that was kicking my ass. So unfortunately, I did not do a day 2 of that, but that's okay, because while I was editing this, I kind of realized something, and that is, while I am successfully getting decent images of a product, I don't really have a plan for the shoot. I'm just kind of winging it, and just kind of taking photos of a product versus having a photo shoot of the product. So the next portfolio shoot we're gonna do is gonna be much more methodically planned out, I think. We're gonna look into how to do a mood board and how to actually plan a shoot fully. And I think that's gonna give a little bit better results that I'm gonna be more excited about. So if you're still here and watching, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I feel like this video was a little long, and it's just longer than stuff I've made previously. So thank you very much if you're still here watching that. And if you enjoyed it all, please hit that like button. If you didn't, I'm sorry. Hopefully the next one will be better. And if you really, really enjoyed it and want to help the channel out a ton, feel free to hit the subscribe. There's no pressure whatsoever. But just wanted to come here and say thank you. I appreciate all of you. And I promise next time it'll be a better time. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Later.